You're listening to the Bruce and Deuce Show, but I digress show with Kip and Cam. If you're easily offended or politically correct, this show is not for you. We will offend, and we do not apologize.
Okay, we skipped over one of my topics that we were going to do anyway.
Okay. You're listening to the Bruce out of order. You're listening to the Bruce and Deuce Show with Kip and Cam, the I Digress Show. And we're down here on the 4th of July, 2015. We've talked about a myriad of actually very interesting topics, all the way ranging from Bigfoots to UFOs to First Amendment rights to Confederate flags, and of course, the big lull that may happen on September 2015.
Yeah. So we're going to go back to kind of the supernatural in a way. I was getting some cavities filled. First two ever in my life. Anyway,
really?
Yeah.
When was this?
Just yesterday. The numbing part was the worst. I couldn't move my mouth.
You had more cavities than that in your life.
Nope. Those are the first two.
I remember when I was on my mission, you got one.
No, that was my wisdom teeth pulled out.
That was it?
That was much worse, yeah.
Huh, okay.
Anyway, the numbness was awful. Anyway, I was flipping through the channels, and one of the things I was coming across was Nostradamus.
Oh, Nostradamus. Yeah, okay. You feed me your line, because I watched a documentary on him. And...
No, mostly my thing was, are his predictions real?
Yeah.
And does it matter if they're only known after the thing happens, right? Because usually, nobody is like, oh, I better read Nostradamus and I'm going to stop this from happening. And it doesn't. And then everybody's just like, oh, yeah, it's like 9/11, It's just like, okay, great. What good did it do?
Okay, well, let me tell you my take on Nostradamus. Because I've always been fascinated in, the occult and prophecies.
I am too. So,
But here's the thing. And I obviously give a grain of salt to everything I see, watch, hear, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I watched this documentary on Nostradamus, and I'm not saying everything's true on it, but it did say how he got kicked out of this astronomy school or astrology school, and about how he would get most of or all of his predictions wrong.
Oh, really?
Yes, and so there was a modern day astrologer who went back and did the prophecies of Nostradamus on how he read them and came about to his conclusions. And he concluded that whatever he was doing, he always had the moon sign in the wrong position.
Okay.
And so that's why most of his stuff never came true. I mean, not talking about the big prophecies like 9/11 and all these other doomsday things, right? He had a lot of predictions, and most of them did not come true. Now, that's not to say that astrology doesn't work. It just says that Nostradamus had his stuff all wrong.
Okay.
So I don't give any credence to Nostradamus, really. But he had some things minorly right. And the stuff that he had minorly right, people actually translated, twisted around to make it sound more accurate than it really was.
Ah, okay.
But even still, he doesn't prophesy the end of the world till another 2,000 years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so, we're safe.
Well, yeah.
But it is wrong, so it could happen tomorrow.
Yeah, well, and also, the people 2,000 years from now, even if they read it, would they know, and could they do anything about it? Is that the thing about a prophecy? Because it's said, obviously, it doesn't become true if it doesn't happen, right?
Well, yeah.
So then it's not a prophecy. So it only can be a prophecy if it happens, which means nothing can change it, and can you even prepare for it, or can you even recognize it until after the fact?
Well, this goes...
just like that book I was reading.
What?
Sorry, I'm giving a plug-in to a guy I don't even know, but The Harbinger by
Oh,
Jonathan
yeah, The Harbinger,
Cahn, so, there you go.
If you missed that section, go back to the second or third episode, and you'll know what we're talking about.
Get a little bit more.
Going from Nostradamus to world prophecies, let's bring it back home a little bit. Let's talk about self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, yeah.
Do you believe in that? Personal destinies, manifest destiny. Okay, the world may be going crazy.
Yeah, I agree. That's a hard one to talk about, to be honest with you. I don't know, self-destiny, a lot of people says it is what it is, I hate that phrase, or, I'll get these people, will get up and be like, oh, I was engaged to this guy for a while, and, it didn't turn out, and I guess it was meant to be. It's just an obvious statement. It's like those Hotels.com commercial with Captain Obvious. They're making an obvious statement of an end conclusion.
Okay, well...
Not rather than a predetermined thing.
So, okay.
But, at the same time, on a larger scale, I don't know. It's hard to say if there's, agency or choice as opposed to predestination or an order of things that we're going to go and end up. nothing that I've seen can give me a determination one way or the other.
Okay, so in conclusion of the topic of Nostradamus and prophecies, these are the solid questions I'm going to ask you.
All right.
So do you believe in ultimate fate? Like example, the Civil War was meant to be. It's July 4th. The United States was bound to be the United States. Or are these repercussions of choices?
So hard to say. I mean...
No, in your view,
because
percentage question.
Those are historical. They've happened.
They happened, but were they meant to happen? Were they going to happen regardless? Or did we create them? Like Columbus. Was he destined to discover the Americas and go down the history books? Or was it just something that was inevitable and was going to happen one way or the other?
And he was the guy that was
there. And he was the guy.
So random, like...
It could have been...
Random acts of people being in a certain place, you know?
That create the universe.
You know, like that car being on the road and then it creates a head-on collision, or the person that said, I'm going to stay home from going out and getting that ice cream and nothing ever happens.
Yeah.
Then I think it's all ordered.
It's all ordered?
It's all orchestrated because there's... I don't know, maybe not.
So
I mean, then that would mean death was orchestrated in horrific ways.
Well, I think that it is. I mean, obviously, regardless of Nostradamus or not, there's prophecies about terrible deaths.
No way.
The real prophecies. Jesus prophesied his own death.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. So he knew. That's why I think that. Yeah, I mean, choice, agency. I really think that there's a predetermination. I mean, no matter what kind of philosophical or logical
it's
thing,
going to happen.
Even if you believe in reincarnation, then you believe in a predestination to be reincarnated based on the stuff that you do.
Yeah, so basically there's no choice.
It's an order of things, yes.
Yeah.
That means even if you say, oh, well, then I'm just going to give up, that choice has already been taken from you and it was already known for you to just sit there and not make any choices. So, yes, your choice of not choosing
is a choice.
But it's also a predetermined outcome of probability. And yeah.
All right, well, I think we'll hit on this some more because it's pretty interesting. Because here we are doing this show. Was it fated? I mean, this is a small matter, but all small matters turn into big matters. I mean, all big matters. A big snowball didn't start as a big snowball. So I'm not saying this show is a minor deal, but it's happening because of choice, because of a thought, an intuition, a creative urge, and now it exists.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You're listening to the Bruce and Deuce Show, the I Digress Show with Kip and Cam. You're listening to the Bruce and Deuce Show, but I Digress Show with Kip and Cam.